So good evening. I have another one of my favorite brands tonight, a new model to me, uh, but not a new model, from Kyosho, from their American, USA sports car, mini car collection. And I have that red 1973 Mach 1 from them. So when I saw this one, I was excited to get it, and this is the first time I'm actually taking it out of the box. So it just says Ford Mustang Boss 302, but I can tell by looking at the details that this is a 1969. This body style was 1969 and 1970, quote unquote, first generation Mustang. But I've done that rant before. It's you know, this would actually be, by my reckoning, the third generation Mustang. The 64 and a half, 65, 66 being the first series, the 67, 68 being the second, the 69, 70 being the third, the 71 to 73 being the fourth, the Mustang 2 being the fifth, the Fox body Mustang being the sixth generation Mustang, etc. But what do I know? So this is stunning. This is really nice. So this is a 1969 Ford Mustang 302. And let's get it off this base here. Single screw with Kyosho. So it should be fairly quick and easy. And I do not have a lot of Kyosho, but Kyosho is one of my top 5 brands. As anybody who watches this channel knows, I get all excited with my Kyoshos. So let's take a look at this. So side mirror, there on the driver's side and passenger side. Doesn't look like it's got any reflective paint on it. It's got nice details, chrome molding around the windows, the door handle, side marker light in the back. These Krieger SS type wheels, or metal based plastic body. Let's take a look at the bottom. 164 Ford Mustang Boss 302, Kyosho, made in China. No copyright date, no production date. This is a riveted, it's got lensed headlights, 4 of them. It's got a nice grille and a nice tri-bar pony badge there. Black hood. Pretty decent Boss 302 stripes there. These taillights, I think, are tampoed. I do not think they are inserts. Nice rear wing and the sport slat rear louvers. You can see the molded windshield wipers that are not painted. Steering wheel on the driver's side. Kyoshos have a lot of black plastic, so details are not going to be evident, especially with the sport slat, the rear window louvers, blocking a lot of the light. But this is a nice addition to the collection. And in prep for this, I wanted to see how many other of the 6970 Mustangs I had. So time to bring out one of my favorite whipping boys, this year's RLC 1970 Mach 1. And we're going to check. So the Mustang has no opening features. The Kyosho has no opening features. The Hot Wheels has no opening features. The Hot Wheels does have a painted metal base and wheel riders. So the Hot Wheels is noticeably heavier. But let's take a real quick look and see. The Hot Wheels seems a little wider and a little longer. So that's the new RLC. This, of course, is my favorite 69 Mustang, or 70 Mustang, I should say, in my collection. This is the 100% Mustang from 1999, and this is a 70 Boss 429. And this is, like as I already said, this is one of my favorites. So let's do this real quick. And again, the size of the wheels and tires is larger. The Hot Wheels is slightly larger than the Kyosho. So let's check another brand. So this is an M2 1970. This came with a hauler. This is an auto driver's body version, which means that there are no opening parts. And I've shown this before, and this is similar to, this is the Ford Bright Idea from Oko. It's similar but not exact to a Parnelli Jones Trans Am racing car. And I have a feeling it's gonna be, yeah, appreciably, yeah, it is much larger. So M2 Hot Wheels. Here's another M2. So what we'll do is take one example from each brand. There we go. Hot Wheels M2. And then I have quite a few Johnny Lightnings. This 1970 Boss 302. So, same model as the Kyosho. And they're close. But of course, the Johnny Lightning, now this is an old Playing Mantis Johnny Lightning from, what does that say, 2004. This has plastic wheels and tires, a Krieger SS, metal body, metal base, opening hood, nice cream-colored interior and a detailed under hood. And I have 5 variations from Johnny Lightning that are a combination of this Salt Flats Mach 1, this 1970, excuse me, Mach 1 here, this 1969 Mach 1 here. So you have 3 different variations on the Mach 1 from Johnny Lightning, and another Boss 302. So the gold and the green are Boss 302s. So I'll pick this one. This casting here for the next step in the evaluation. So, Greenlight, John Wick, 1969 Mustang Boss 429. And this is a nice model. I like to beat up on Greenlight every now and then, but this is metal body, metal base, very authentic. Magnum 500 wheels, white leather tires. The spoiler is a little high, but the taillights, even though they're painted, look great. It's got a license plate. Of course, this is from the Hollywood series. This is from John Wick, the movie. So we've got 5 castings here. And I don't normally do this trick, but I'm going to follow in the footsteps of a small model collector, our friend there. So I've already looked up the dimensions for length and width on these models, and then I've divided those dimensions by 64 to get what these should be. So let's start with the Kyosho. So overall length on these is 4,762 millimeters. There we are on millimeters. So when you divide that by 64, these should be close to 74.4 millimeters. $74.3. So that is within margin of error to my point of view. And width should be 28.45. 28.40. So far, the Kyosho is as close to true 64 as possible. I have a feeling the Greenlight's going to be damn close. Ooh, so close. 29.15. 74 points. Let's see. 74.86, 74.4. These are very close. So big credit to Greenlight on that. So let's check Johnny Lightning. Johnny Lightning is often criticized for being off scale. They're criticized for being too narrow sometimes. I've said it, other people have said it. Let's see how close it comes to the Kyosho and the Greenlight. So the number we're shooting for is 28.45. 29.06. And 74.4 should be overall length. .4, so 2 millimeters too long. But these three are all very close. But so far, the Kyosho's the best. Greenlight second, Johnny Lightning. Now we're going to save M2 for last because M2, I could just tell by eyeballing it, is large. So now let's see how close Hot Wheels 100% comes. Now, the funny thing is that Hot Wheels never claims to be 164 or true 164. 28.4, which is almost exactly. It's supposed to be 28.45. .76, almost 70. Hold on. 76.7, 74.4. So I think where everything gets thrown off is the Kyosho has the smallest wheels and tires on them. But they were all very close. You can see that we're talking 2 millimeters. 2 millimeters. Now let's take a look at the M2, and I think the M2 is stunning. But let's take a look at width. .38, the fattest of them, and that should be 28.4. So here we go. 82, and it's supposed to be 74. I mean, yeah. So M2 is the largest. It's the fattest. It's the longest. Now I did not do the math on the wheels. I mean, this should have 15-inch wheels and tires. Overall diameter somewhere. Yeah, we're not going to get that. I'm not going to do the math on that. But I wonder who has the most accurate size wheels and tires. I'm going to guess Kyosho. But Johnny Lightning did very well. Let's take this other random Johnny Lightning, and again, this should be 28.45 wide. 28.3, and it should be 74.4. 74.8. So all those times I beat up on Johnny Lightning as not being very accurate for scale, I was wrong. I mean, I think it's obvious that the Kyosho is the closest to 124. You know, Auto World is true 164, and I have a different year Mustang, two different year Mustangs, but I do not know if they do a 6970. I have the 72, and I have the 68. So I don't think Auto World does this particular Mustang. If they do, please somebody let me know, and then I will rush out and buy one. Because this is one of my favorite years of Mustangs. My older brother, Tom, had a 1969 Mach 1 with a 351 and a 4-speed top loader many, many years ago. It was a project car. I mean, we towed it into the driveway, he worked on it, and it got sidetracked, and then somebody stole some major parts out of it from our driveway. So it never was completed by Tom, but I mean, you really can't blame him. He was getting very close when, you know, they stole the rear axle and tires from our driveway. And so, yeah, I mean, no, all that work for nothing. So, I'm thrilled to have yet another Kyosho. I'm thrilled to have another 70 Mustang, 69, 70 Mustang. I'm sorry, this is a 69. Love this color, love the details. And, you know, I often borrow ideas from others, but I have to give it to a small model collector. I've had these calipers for ages, but I never actually thought to use them. But with this lineup, it was, you know, just common sense. You have, you know, top line premiums. You have Kyosho, Greenlight, this 100% Hot Wheels, the M2, and the Johnny Lightning. And none of them are cartoonish. There's no silly big blowers. They're all stock. I mean, even this RLC looks good in this crowd. And yes, I pick on the RLC because of no opening parts. But other than the Johnny Lightnings and the 100% Hot Wheels, none of the others do. I always say it's not so much a matter of having opening parts. I prefer the M2s not to. But just knowing that Hot Wheels had this casting, I think they should have done better with this. I would really love to ever see a Kyosho with an opening hood and a detailed engine. I won't call that a ding because one of my other favorite brands, Beyonce, doesn't have opening features. Shuko doesn't have opening features. But their scale and their details are usually a little better. So here we go. Kyosho 1969 Boss 302 and the Mustang Roundup. So let me know what you think. This Kyosho was fairly reasonable from Japan. I think it was $25 with shipping. So, and it's a model that's been out of production. There's, you know, as I've shown before, there's usually no copyright or discernible information for production year. But if somebody knows, I think this series was sometime around 2010. You know, maybe that barcode can be deciphered. Maybe this. 2010. Maybe that's October of 2010. I will have to check my other Kyosho boxes. They don't all come in boxes, but the few that do. So thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll be back tomorrow.